Hey, what's up guys, DiplexHeated here again. Welcome back to Men of War Assault Squad 2 and World's Realism mod. Super excited to be back with another battle. Today we are witnessing the final days of the war in Europe. We are here during the Battle of Berlin, and I think I'm gonna follow up with the Battle of Reichstag, the parliamentary building in Berlin, which sort of ended the war itself. Once that fell, there were more or less no major fighting in Berlin. I'm sure there were, of course, skirmishes throughout the city. It was a very, very, very large city, but most of the final defense was focused around the center there. And I'm wondering, think about it, being a German soldier, really defending the actual steps up into the entrance of the Reichstag, wondering, I mean, so what if we beat back this wave? There's no way we can counterattack the Russians out of the city, can we, right? I mean, there has to be a lot of thoughts of and hopeless. I mean, where do you gather your willpower to do such a task, to defend something that seems so impossible, you know, something that you definitely can't turn around from if the Russians have gotten that far, so to speak. So, very, very interesting indeed. But, that aside, some people actually did fight, and I guess you did it for the man next to you. I don't think there'd be a lot of mercy. I mean, obviously you could surrender yourself, but in moments like that, I mean, you just didn't want to be a quitter, man, you know? Don't want to be a quitter. So, anyway, that's Reichstag, and we're going to do that for another video. So, we are actually on a map that was suggested to me and sent to me by one of my subscribers, and I downloaded it, and it's a very, very nice city map, so we're going to be using it for some pretty cool fighting here. We got Russians coming in on patrol. They know there's Germans in the area. There's been a lot of shelling and bombarding earlier during the day, but you can definitely say that the fighting has kicked off now, and this is going to be a lot of late war infantry. In Berlin there was a lot of G43s and STG44s at this time, especially a lot of STG44s actually, so there's going to be a lot of automatic weapons on the battlefield today. A lot of mixed units. You have Volksgrenadiers, you have Grenadiers, you know, regular infantry, you name it. Very cool to just see a nice variety of infantry on the field today. And their goal is to defend against the oncoming Russian attacks and hold their HQ back here, which is pretty far away. And it's going to be a pretty long fight, I think, so it might just seem a lot shorter now since my intro wasn't overly long, but the Russians are going to be giving it a lot of pressure today. They have a whole battalion being sent in, along with a tank company, so, or a tank platoon rather. So it's going to be pretty fierce fighting. I'm wondering how the heavily outnumbered Germans will do today. It's just overall quite exciting. And let's take a look at the Russians attacking. Did I hear an SVT-40 back there? I indeed think I did, but whoever fired that is most likely dead now. Look at all the bullet cracks and whizzes and all the impacts hitting just about everywhere. Some pretty sporadic firing back there. Oh, building. More infantry and a T-34-85 has entered the fight. They're going to be moving up towards the first German line of defense back there. It's overall quite exciting. I love an urban fight. They're just the coolest in my opinion. In these narrow streets. Among the houses. Lots of cover. Lots of debris. Lots of, you know, intense close-quarter fighting. Jeez. That must have been the Tiger back there that said hello. I do think so, if I can say it myself. So that's nice to know that the Tiger has range like that. It's going to continue firing. So the Russian, I'm not sure how well their armor is going to do today. It's going to probably come down to the infantry. Which, by the way, is it making any, or are they making any progress? Look at them running for cover in between the buildings here in the alleyways. It's just pretty cool. I like the map indeed. Very nice. But this map can be downloaded over on moddb.com. It's actually called City Assault, I believe. And that T-34-85 is going to start smoking and burning a little bit there from the engine department as that Tiger is continuously firing at the tank itself. I do want to make a little quick check here and see if it counts. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump back into the game. I wanted to see if the tank was on hold position or if it was in moved will. It definitely should be on free will, or free move, so to speak. In reality, I think it just kind of wanted to move up the center and clear out the main street. Jeez, that tiger is putting a lot of fire on it. More Russian infantry is entering the fray, but so far, the defenses are really holding. You see German casualties, definitely, but there's not many gaps to fill right now. Things might explode, which would be a little problematic for the Russians surrounding it, but so far so good. How's it looking over here? A few Germans dead, but only 1 out of 5 here in this defense, which is quite good. 0 casualties on the far left flank there, where we have 2 Germans holding it down. Even the back center here is looking quite good. They're just mowing the Russian infantry down. This might be a shocker. This might be a real surprise, because I'm telling you, the Germans, by the end of this battle, the Germans will have been heavily outnumbered throughout the entire fight. But I don't know if the Russians can remain suppressed and shot at. I think Germans might have a solid chance at winning this. But we can tell right now that this part that we looked at just minutes ago is currently under a lot of heavy fire. They're starting to take a lot of losses now. Some of the Russians are really moving up beyond their vision as well. Some might even try and flank around the buildings. This soldier right here has the possibility to move left up around this corner and then out in the open over here, but he will probably face more German defenders further back, so I'm not sure how willing he is. 3 German soldiers remain over here now, and then it's all the way down here where we have the next layer of defense. We have a few pockets of soldiers here and there. We have a soldier around the corner over here and a few other loosely scattered skirmishers, but other than that, the next defensive line is a jump down. Germans still holding this quite nicely. Next, T-34 moving up. I wonder if it just... Oh! Interesting. And now I have a chance to check out what this guy is about. Yes, it's on free move, so he has the ability to act freely, which is quite nice. But he's going to make the same mistake as his friend did and move right into the firing line of the nasty tiger back there. Oh, he is lucky. He might actually... Do you think he's going to ram through the building? No, he's going to go around the far flank. Smart tanker. Smart tanker. Russian infantry starting to get closer and closer now. Is he going to go all the way around the flank? Just no, he's like, up, I'm leaving. Took a detour down Center Avenue and then just, no. Not fun. Don't want to be up against any more tigers. Look at that guy in full camo. And we have some late war camo on these guys here on the right side too. STG-44s. Plenty of STG-44s. That's what we like. Damn, how's it looking over here? Grenades being thrown, but the German infantry is still holding this down quite nicely. 1 soldier remaining here on this front barricade, and they've been holding this quite long. It's a Gruppenführer. And also, don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram too. I'm not as active on Instagram right now as I am on Snapchat, but the password, I'm not going to tell you my password. The username is DiplexHeated, and you guys sent me memes. A person sent me a meme. It says like, my favorite German is Kurt Siegfried Schra, fuck it, or something like that. It was very fun. I had my face on it too. Grenades being thrown. That guy's trying to patch up. He's gonna have a lot more to patch up after that grenade goes boom. Oh, did you see that? Guy just got up from like a concussion or something. I don't know. It was someone put a bullet in his head. Ice cold, like doof. That was gruesome. STG-44 probably from just a few feet down the street. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's surrounded now. Wait, is this tank coming around? It's coming around. It's flanking around. Russian tank flanking around. We got ourselves some groundbreaking movement right now. This tank knows what it wants, and it's doing it. It's going to give this barricade a bit of an issue. Oh, look at them taking all that fire from the machine gun. It's getting mowed down. They're getting all mowed down. I wonder if it's got any infantry with it. I think it's acting alone. Oh, damn, it sucks for these guys here. Now they're more or less surrounded by this tank. No, okay, do not have enough engine power to break through that pretty solid brick construction. Seems to be brick and concrete, perhaps. I'm not sure. Reinforced bricks. Is that even a thing? See, if it's bricks, why would there be metal bars sticking out of the walls? Because that's what you do with reinforced concrete. That doesn't just make any sense. But yet it looks like it's a brick. That tank is going to have to reconsider its approach. It's definitely not going to break through that wall, but that's an interesting attempt. Still a few German soldiers holding it down over here. I think the remaining defenders have more or less died, but the Russians are starting to make their way up to the actual center over here now. Another T-34 moving down. That Tiger is not dead. I was like, why is it? It's not been shooting lately. But this T-34 is moving far enough to the right to stay out of its range. But if it moves more towards the center now, it's going to come in right into the Tiger's range. It's going to be a bit of a duel here. Oh, and that Tiger is going to cook and prevail. Cook as in, I don't know, boil. No! That shell bounced. The Russians are probably confused, not sure where the fire is coming from. I wonder if they're going to return fire. They don't seem to be doing that right now. Machine guns opening up, but they're probably focusing on a different target here. The Tiger is still kicking now, of course. Maybe it's lost vision. I don't know. It seems blurry down there. I'm even having a hard time telling where the enemy tank was from down there. That Russian tank seems to have found the Tiger. Might be firing an AP shell anytime now. That German Tiger still has this T-34 in sights. Look at all those bullet impacts just sailing away there towards the center. That's very nice. Now the German line over here on this side is finally starting to fall. Russian infantry has actually managed to break through. But they have a lot to pass through. More Germans back here still holding it. Lots of Russian infantry now. Starting to group up here. How's it looking down here? German defenses are starting to fall piece by piece. It's going way faster now. At a start, the Russians made no progress anywhere, it seemed, but now they're really starting to blitz ahead. Holding the alleyway here. This guy was just shot down by a PPSH. This is an infantry storm going on this side right now. The Russians are going crazy about it. And the Tiger and T-34 are still in a bit of a standoff. No one's shooting at each other right now. They might just be like, you know, playing those cards, you know. How's it looking over here? This tank did not quite give up. It's just... Oh, it's been destroyed. Look at that. Most likely, if I dare say it myself, when this Panzerfaust soldier here was alive, you can see that there's a used Panzerfaust right there by my mouse cursor. He must have turned around and shot it. Pierced right through here. Killed most of the crew, but there's one tank guy remaining with this little... What is that? What do you call that pistol? It's not a... Is it a Nagant? I think so. It's definitely not a Dolkarev, because that was a pistol, not a revolver. Damn, look at all the fire. Jeez. Bullet impacts absolutely everywhere. Some tracer fire here and there too from some of the light machine guns. Damn. And just on the other side of these houses. Damn. Now that was a good hit from the Tiger. We actually saw it hit in below the turret. I wonder if it killed anyone inside the tank itself. It might even have destroyed the turret, but the tank itself is still going, and it's kind of like, nope. I am taking a shortcut. I am leaving. Or actually, he's taking a detour. He's probably going to show up where the other tank showed up, right around there. They might even need to do some repairs before they can use that. I'm really curious to see what the Tiger did, so I'm going to click it. Yeah, it actually destroyed the turret and killed 2 of the crewmen inside, so they're definitely panicked, to say the least. And this one over here, It's still active. It's got a driver and a gunner, but 2 others are dead. Must have died from that first round. Okay. I'm not sure what the hell he's thinking. If he thinks this is a good idea, but he's going to try and run through the alleyway here, like down the center. Can he even squeeze in between here? He might not even try and squeeze. He's going to ram. I wonder if he can even have the... Or he might park here to repair. If he actually parks here to repair, then that's pretty smart. Infantry following up. It's an interesting development. Tiger is swapping focus now, trying to support the left street, where plenty of German soldiers are starting to fall. This battle is in its high point right now in terms of active soldiers, at least on the Russian side. I think the main assault is more or less over now. They're not deploying any more forces here. The commanders, the colonel in task of taking this place has got the troops that he will be given throughout this fight, and no more than that, so to speak. That'll have to wait till another day. They have to accurately separate and organize the troops. You can't just I don't know. Sometimes I go into talking about the most off-topic shit ever, but what I'm trying to say is that there's plenty of military targets in the city at the moment. You can't just allocate too many troops to one target. You lose your footing and ground elsewhere. And as long as this Tiger stands, I see a hard time. The Russians are gonna have a hard time. They have AT guns. I mean, AT weapons, of course, but boy, it's gonna be tricky. They can easily do it, but the Germans have a very good tight grip on the situation right now. It might have to take. It might take a second attack though, which would be pretty cool, undeniably. The Germans holding their ground here, reinforced with guns and who knows what, and the Russians trying again. And be pretty cool. I'm gonna give him that. So, okay. Seeing as I do care about the fight itself, I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys, repair it. And this tank, for some reason, it's standing still here. Oh, what the? Is the engine turned off? It's just stuck. It's like it doesn't want to do anything. See, I can't move it, and I was wondering why the hell it's stuck. It might have gotten stuck on some tree or something, because there's no damage here. It's got fuel, too. I can't seem to turn off or on the engine. So what I'm going to do is something pretty cool. I'm going to take those 2 guys. I'm going to run them to this other T-34 back here, and we're going to crew it instead. And they'll assist them, and they'll have a fully operational tank instead. These trenches look pretty cozy. On the ground like that, very safe, very natural. Yeah, let's take a look at casualties quickly here, and you can tell what an absolute slaughter it's been so far. Jeez, look at this is the death wall over here. It's like there's been a mass execution along that wall. Like a firing squad. It's crazy. This guy's going to be working it to his best ability. Schwere Panzer. Ooh. Love seeing that MG42 fire like that. I love the recoil being handled by some spring or something. Okay, how are we looking on the repair? I want to see this tank get back into action. I think that'd be very, very cool. Look at this German headquarters. It's pretty cool. I love the way it's fenced in and all. Been taking a lot of fire. It's been fortified with trenches and sandbags and whatnot. This infantry's like hugging the wall here. They've killed a lot of the German defenders over here, but this guy can't shoot them because there's a car in the way. So that makes sense. So they have, in a weird way, a very like there's a blind spot here, simply, where the Germans can't touch him. And it's very close to him. All the German defenders on this side is dead too, so there's not a single German soul alive on the other side of this street. It's this huge main street going down the center here. that is separating the two. And the Tiger and the rest of the German infantry here holding the front is what is really making the distance right now. All right, if the Russians are going to have a chance, this T-34 needs to get into action pretty pronto. And I don't know why it's still taking so much time. The audience is as impatient as I am. So we're going to go ahead and speed things up a little bit. Taking a look at that mini-map. Russian infantry is losing troops by the second because you, Kliment Kuznetsov, cannot do your thing right. Crew efficiency is at 75%. Everything else is at 100%. Why is that repair taking ages? I guess repairing the turret is one of the hardest parts on the vehicle to repair. The engine can seldomly be repaired, and the tracks just take seconds. Like 60 seconds to repair or something like that. Alright, we're going to lose way too much action here if we keep playing that thing in fast forward. And it's starting to die down. And that T-34 will be the last footprint on this battle. If this guy can actually fix it in time. Come on. We're cheering for you, man. We're all depending on you. The Russian success today is depending on you. Yeah? How's it looking? How are you doing, huh? Have you graduated from the technical college? No? There we go. Good on you. Now, can you ram through the building? No. So I'm going to have to backity back. Oh. Oh, damn. Okay, so we can actually make little impacts into the building itself, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take this, put it on 3 speed, drive you out and charge you like a true comrade you are. Go for it, tank crew. The Russian infantry is awaiting you. We're all cheering for you, man. Just do it. Just do it. Oh, okay, is that tracks? That's tracks. But remember, theory says if they can hit you, you can hit them. What do you say we try that, huh? I haven't even loaded AP. What, are you drunk off vodka or something? I think the turret itself has just been disabled. And they have 85 mil round loaded. There we go. They just fired now when I told them to. Freaking assholes. Tiger down. Sorry for all the Tiger fans, but that 85 mil from the Russian gun absolutely wrecked it. For some reason, they wouldn't fire it before, and the reason why I clicked was actually to find out if there was something wrong or not. Because I hadn't seen any other tanks fire before. I was wondering, what's wrong with the Russian tanks? Why are they not firing their main gun? It was clearly in sight, and he was sitting there for seconds, not firing. I wanted to see if there was actually another major substantial error. But I'm sure that Tiger can be repaired. It doesn't look like it's been touched in many ways other than some sort of violation. But all that aside, despite the fact that the Russian tank did finally get the stick out of its ass, because I kind of pulled it out, the Russian infantry on the ground right now is just not going to be able to capture this. Look at that. There's like there's one squad remaining. So let's do Motherland proud. Yes. They're just going to charge out. Hoorah! Dead. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's take a look at casualties. Russian in yellow. Actually, we'll make the Russian in red. German in yellow. And you can tell that it's been a very, very, very costly defeat for the Russians today. Many of the German bodies have been just destroyed over time, but doing good. And this guy's toast. It's just the turret. The rest is fine. So they can be repaired as well. If you guys want to see a follow-up battle where the Germans just hold this part, where we kind of like start the battle from here and then do this, let me know and I would do that totally. Let's make it a night battle. Why not a night battle? We've done so many day battles. And I think that'd be pretty damn cool. So let me know and I will see you guys soon again. Ciao.